This is the rear lift handle of a Toyota Sequoia. One of the common complaints that I see on Toyota forums, whether it's Sequoia, 4Runner, Prius forums, even Tacomas, is that the rubber here will break down. And you see a lot of complaints from people in the southern states like Texas and Louisiana and Florida that this starts to melt, and then this stuff gets really tacky and it starts to come off on your fingers. So in the summertime when you reach down under here and you try to open the rear lift door, you get a nice big handful of sticky gooey mess. So I'm going to show you how to remove this and replace it so that it's not sticky anymore. Okay, I'm going to use a single edge razor blade here to carefully get rid of this old rubber and see if I can do this without earning a trip to the ER. So I've stripped away all of the old rubber that was there, and you can see that white switch that is exposed right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a product called Sugru to fix this. Now Sugru is a product that comes out as putty, and you expose it to the air, knead it with your fingers, and then after 24 hours it turns into rubber. It's kind of expensive, and there are some homespun DIY methods of making your own. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the product out of the package just because I want to get it done quickly. So what I'm going to do, instead of putting the Sugru over where the old rubber used to be, I'm actually going to take this piece of plastic and put it on there before I do that. And this little piece of plastic is just something that I got from my recycling bin, like a little food container, and I cut it up to fit exactly. So this is actually the secret to making this repair. If I didn't do this, and I just put the Sugru on top of this, then the Sugru would basically go inside of the switch, and it would be very difficult to move. The Sugru wouldn't be very flexible, and it would just be a pain to operate the switch. But by putting this piece of plastic on there, and it's adhering with the old sticky rubber that used to be there, I'm basically creating a cavity behind there. So then when I put the Sugru on top of this, then that'll allow me a nice little relief there, so I can actually flip that switch without the Sugru binding everything together and making a big mess. So here is the Sugru. It looks like taffy. So some people are allergic to this stuff, but I know that I'm not because I've used it before. So you just pull this out, rub it around your fingers, and then I'll basically use this to repair the rubber that I just took off. Okay, so I actually ended up using 2 packages of this stuff. I may not use it all, but let's try to put this in here. Let's see if it fits. I'm going to try to not cover those existing screws. You can replace this entire switch assembly, but it's a real convoluted process. First of all, you got to pay a lot of money to the dealer to buy they don't sell just the switch, they sell the entire assembly. And then you've got to take the back panel of this lift gate off, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm just going to do the $8 fix with a piece of plastic I found in my recycling bin. Alright, that's all there is to it. We'll let that dry, and it should fix our little problem. And that is how you fix the rear liftgate switch on a Toyota.